She's a world-renowned ballerina that's stepping into the film industry as she produced and starred in a powerful story through dance and movement in the short episodic film series Flower. Here to tell us more is Misty Copeland, along with her co-star Babatunji Johnson. Excuse me. It was Babatunji Johnson. Had it wrong right there in the script, but thank you both so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having
today.
us.
Yes, on Live in the Bay. We are so excited to have you guys, and I know a lot of our viewers are a big fan of yours, Misty. So we're going to first start with you, and I know you took a couple year hiatus when it came to your career, but you're back on the TV screen. People are going to be able to catch you in this film series. Why was that jump so important for you?
Yeah, so much of my career, being a principal dancer at American Ballet Theater, having been the only black woman in the company for the first decade of my career, going on to be the first African-American female principal dancer, I feel a certain responsibility, that being on the stage and being representation is so important for me, but then to give back to communities that look like me and that are similar to where I came from. So, in stepping away from the stage, of course, the pandemic played a big role in that. I had a baby, lots of things happened, but I think that it's important for me to take the time to focus on things that are equally as important as me being on stage. So in creating this film, starring in it, but also being a producer and founding Life in Motion Productions with my producing partner, Layla Fayaz, it's really carrying on the same mission. How do we bring opportunity and access into the arts and dance, and what better way to do that than through film, where so many people can be reached and can have an opportunity to see it. And then for us to focus on the community of Oakland, California, where I have, my husband is born and raised in Oakland, so I have that connection there and have fallen in love with the community. And it just made sense to be able to take this idea of a ballet and make it modern and tell a story that's relevant to the community of Oakland.
That's incredibly inspiring, and you yourself truly are a trailblazer, not just in the dance world, but what you're doing here in the community in the Bay Area. So thank you for that and bringing so much awareness, especially to the city of Oakland. It needs a lot of love. And Babatunji, something amazing, when you got brought onto this project, you were actually discovered through social media. So tell me, what were your initial thoughts when they approached you about this docuseries?
Well, initially when they approached me, I was unavailable, and I had other engagements that I had already agreed to, and so that opportunity had passed, and it was actually for the pilot for the film, and they had brought on another dancer, Crow, to take that role. Fast forward, pandemic hit, everything shut down. We're crawling out of it, and they brought Alonzo King on in order to be the choreographer, and he's like, Babatunji works for me. He's a dancer who can embody both the hip-hop and the ballet, and so he can partner you, and he can play the role of Sterling, who's supposed to be the spirit of Oakland. And so I jumped on a Zoom call, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to get it, but the rest was history.
That is so exciting.
For me, it was really important that this is an idea that it's a more contemporary ballet, but that we're showing that, black men can dance and do a variety of styles. And, what better way to embody, which is what you were saying, embody the community of Oakland through movement. And he can do everything, every kind of style, I mean, you can talk about that yourself, but, and so it was hard to find someone who could capture all of those things, and he did it so incredibly. And just, the opening scene in the film is Babatunji dancing a solo, and I mean, the emotions, it was done in one take. There was no edits done to it.
Wow.
The emotion on the set, just seeing him, with Oakland as the backdrop was so powerful.
Oh my goodness, Babatunji, now you got me, I have chills. Looking forward to that opening scene. But let's get into the details of Flower and this series. Can you guys just tell us, what can viewers expect when they tune in? Babatunji, I don't know if you want to touch on that first.
I think that viewers want to be prepared for their hearts to be stirred. We are tackling a very serious issue of houselessness that's rampant in all over the United States, but especially here in San Francisco and right across the bay in Oakland. And I think that this film is going to be a good way to get people talking, a good way to get people to want to view them as people and start to understand that maybe we shut ourselves off from listening to their stories because we tend to think of them as other, because we don't interact with them, we tend to shy away. So a big part of the film ideally is going to be the opening up of the viewer to experiences that maybe aren't their own, but which they can still empathize with.
Wow.
And hopefully from there, start to put heads together to find a more permanent and substantial change to the crisis that it's at everyone's doorstep at this point.
Very well said. Did you want to add to that, Misty?
Yeah, I mean, it's all of the things that he's talking about are so important, and you know, using again, you know, film and this structure of a ballet, a modern ballet, to tell an extremely important story about, you know, social issues that are happening in the community is what we wanted to do, but also to show the power of dance, and that you don't need words, you don't need dialogue in order for a message to be conveyed. And you know, I think there are so many tropes and things that are connected to ballet, and we want to show that it can be joyous, it can be fun, it can be vibrant, and it can be relatable and connect to many communities.
Well, it's happening here in the Bay Area this weekend. Give us the details and how people can take part in this.
Yes, tomorrow at the Paramount Theater, and then again on Sunday at the San Francisco Dance Film Festival at the Brava Theater. And you can find out more about that on our Instagram at Oakland Flower Film. Yeah, but we're just excited to be here and to finally, you know, to me, it's like a love letter to Oakland, and for us to be finally, you know, showing it here is really exciting.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know that our viewers are probably just as ecstatic as we are here. So thank you both for joining us today and sharing this on our platform. It's just such an incredibly crucial topic. And I'm looking forward to seeing you both dance on the film. So thank you guys so much.
You.
Of course.